All right, today's video is going to be a little bit about some health stuff. I'm going to touch on sunglasses and the sun. Um, I'm not a doctor, I gotta put that disclaimer out there. Do your own research. You got to look into this stuff yourself. But I think a lot of people are finding out that mainstream, medical advice and doctors are not, they're failing people, and people are starting to realize that. But that's an individual decision, and if you still want to go that route, go that route. But if you're starting to realize that they don't have your best interest, let's look at sunglasses. Sunglasses have been around for a while now. People wear them for different reasons. Most people wear them a lot. Every time they go outside, sitting just around the pool, or they got them on. I'm going to get into some of the science behind it and what it actually does. Now, if you go on Google and you type this stuff in, of course they're going to say that's not a scientific proven theory, and they're gonna make they're gonna say it's not proven, and they're gonna say it's fine. Again, we're not to that point where mainstream information is going to give you the truth. It's just, that's how it is right now. People got to decide for themselves. Like it or not, that's how it is. So I'm going to read something about sunglasses. So when bright sunlight hits your eyes, the optic nerve sends signals to the pituitary gland, which is in the brain, producing MSH. This hormone promotes your skin to produce melanin, which is the pigment that causes you to tan, which acts as the body's natural defense against sunburn. So if you wear sunglasses, you block this light. The brain is tricked into thinking it's dark outside, so it suppresses the MSH production. As a result, your skin doesn't prepare its defenses, making you burn faster and increase your risk to skin cancer. So we'll leave the scientific stuff, we'll leave it there. But I just wanted to touch on that, on the sunglasses thing, because people, they wear them all the time. They're for whatever reasons, for social reasons, they think it's cool. Hollywood, I call it Holly weird, because if you do your research on Hollywood and all its depravity, it's a mess. But they started the trend. California and the sunglasses. People think it's just it's a fashion statement, whatever. And I'm not saying you can't ever use sunglasses. There are some times where if you're driving and you got a really bad glare, and you got to put them on for a little bit, put them on. That's you still can use them, but only if you have to. Again, I see people wearing them just all the time outside. They're outside for 8 hours and they got their glasses on the whole time. It's tricking the brain, and it's doing some bad stuff. I also want to talk about the sun and sun gazing. Sun gazing is something, and again, do your own research on this. I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. I'm just some conspiracy nut. So take it for what it is. But do your research on it. Use your intuition. Use your discernment. But sun gazing, the more natural sunlight you let in through your eyes, the healthier you become. And you let more light into you on a physical level and a spiritual level. The eyes are the window to the soul. If you've never done it before and you're just starting out, you might want to do it while it's early in the morning, dawn, or later when the sun's going down, sunset time, and start small. Small intervals, do a little bit at a time. You want to do it through one eye to start. Do it through one eye, and if you feel like it's too much or it's too intense, stop and then come back another day and do it again. build your way up, work your way up. So it's pretty much, the opposite of what they're telling you. Mainstream medical, the mainstream medical establishment is telling you. It's amazing what they do. They set stuff up to destroy your health, and then they give you the cure, or the so-called cure, which is really never a cure. It's just a moneymaker for them, and keeps you sick. It keeps you with disease, cancers, all that kind of stuff. So it's a process for people to wake up, but they hammer you from every angle, whether it be your coffee maker, your dishes, your soap, the list goes on and on. I'll get into stuff like that, those other, stuff to watch out for, stuff to get rid of in your home in different videos. But today I want to focus on the sunglasses. Ditch them unless you really need them. When you're driving, it's tough to see. If you can't do it with just putting your visor down, stay away from them. A lot of people wear them for fashion statements, or they're insecure and they don't want people looking at them, or whatever. They got a million different reasons. But my advice: ditch the sunglasses. Get as much light, natural light, through your eyes as you can. It's good for you. You'll see the difference. You'll feel the difference. Not many people are talking about it. Mainstream laughs at it and says it's conspiracy theory. At this point, guys, you got to look at everything that happened with the pandemic. If you're not awake by now, that don't trust the medical establishment, then I don't know what to tell you. But sunglasses, do your own research, use your discernment. Don't listen to me, but if it's hitting home and you think you should look into it, do it. Depending on where you live, the sun's out a lot, and people are exposed to it a lot, and can do really good things for you. And one of my other videos I talked about sunscreen. I'll just touch on it real quick again in case nobody saw that one. Most sunscreens are not good. They contain chemicals that they give bad effects, and they can ultimately lead to skin cancers. And there are healthy ones out there, mineral oils and healthy organic sunscreens that you can wear if you're fair-skinned. And you burn real easily, you can use them. But check your ingredients. Make sure you look at the manufacturer, and do your research on sunscreens, because that's another big thing. I'm doing this now for summer, but depending on where you live, sometimes you're around the sun all year long. So we'll leave it there for now, guys, for sunglasses and sun gazing. It's good stuff. Look into it. All right, we'll talk to you later.